Okay, I want to make a special video for today lah. So today usually I just upload Clash of Clans videos lah. But I just want to make a special video lah. So I want to practice my Ip-Man Kung Fu strategy lah. So I'm going to practice my Ip-Man Kung Fu strategy. But before that, let me watch some videos to just for laughter. Let me watch some videos for laughter. Yeah, just let me watch some.
This is a tough business to run for president.
You're a tough guy, Jeb.
And we need to have a leader that is real tough. You're never going to be president of the United States by insulting your way to the presidency.
Let's see, I'm at 42 and you're at 3, so
Doesn't matter.
far I'm doing better.
Doesn't matter.
So far I'm doing better. You know, you started off over here, Jeb. You're moving over further and further. Pretty soon you're going to be off the end.
This doesn't do a thing to solve the problem. It doesn't do a thing to solve the problem.
Okay, watching this really like reduce my stress level.
The problem is, we need toughness. Honestly, I think Jeb is a very nice person. He's a very nice person, but we need tough people. We need toughness. We need intelligence, and we need tough. Jeb said when they come across the southern border, they come as an act of love.
You said in September 30th that ISIS was not a
Am I
not a
talking
factor.
or are you talking, Jeb?
I'm
You
talking
can go
right
back.
now. I'm talking.
You can go back. You're not
I'm
talking.
talking.
You interrupted me,
September
Jeb. Are
30th,
you going
you
to
said it.
apologize yet? No. Am I allowed to finish? Excuse me. Am I allowed to finish?
Go ahead, Mr. Trump.
So,
Little of your own
again,
medicine there,
I
Governor.
know you're trying to
Governor
build
Bush,
up your energy,
please,
Jeff, but it's not working
one at a
very well.
time.
Look. We need a toughness. We need strength. We're not respected as a nation anymore. We don't have that level of respect that we need. And if we don't get it back fast, we're just going to go weaker, and just disintegrate. We can't allow that to happen. We need strength. We don't have it. When Jeb comes out and he talks about the border, and I saw it, and I was witness to it, and so was everyone else, and I was standing there, they come across as an act of love. He's saying the same thing right now with radical Islam. And we can't have that in our country. It just won't work. We need strength.
Governor Bush.
Donald, you're not going to be able to insult your way to the presidency. That's not going to happen. And I do have the strength. Leadership is not about attacking people and disparaging people. Leadership is about creating a serious strategy to deal with the threat of our time. And I laid out that strategy before the attacks in Paris and before the attacks in San Bernardino, and it is the way forward. We need to increase our military spending. We need to deal with a no-fly zone in Syria, a safe zone. We need to focus on building a military that is second to none so that we can destroy Islamic terrorism.
With Jeb's attitude, we will never be great again. That I can tell you.
Okay.
Ever ready. It's very high energy, Don.
So it's okay. I think that's quite funny.
But I say this, I am not accepting any money from anybody. Nobody has control of me other than the people of this country.
Kevin,
I'm going to do
look,
the
I
right
mean,
thing.
You got, according to to what you said on one of the talk shows, you got Hillary Clinton to go to your wedding because you gave her money. Maybe it works for Hillary Clinton. It doesn't work for anybody on this stage.
I was a businessman. I got along with Clinton. I got along with everybody.
Yeah.
That was my job, to get along with people.
But the
I didn't
simple
want
fact
to,
is-
excuse me, 1 second.
No.
I
The
didn't
simple
want to.
fact is, Donald, you
good.
cannot take-
more energy tonight. I like
No.
that. Look,
I was asking.
I didn't want. It was my obligation as a businessman to my family, to my company, to my employees, to get along with all politicians. I got along with all of them, and I did a damn good job in doing it. Go ahead.
So,
Okay, then this is quite funny.
This is a guy who was a Democrat for most of the last decade.
Jeb Bush is like the
He
punching
represents
bag.
the Republican Party.
He can't even put on a tie and jacket. He's running for president.
So he's doing this to inflame and to incite and to draw attention, which seems to be his organizing principle of his campaign.
This guy can't negotiate his way out of a paper bag.
And whether it's Donald Trump or Barack Obama, their rhetoric of divisiveness is wrong.
Very weak on immigration, wants to let people come in. Although now he is using Anchor Baby. Now because I used it, he's using it.
I appreciate the fact that Mr. Trump now has a plan
if that's what it's called.
Jeb Bush is a low energy person. For him to get things done is hard.
You win when you campaign like this. You don't win when you're campaigning like this.
You know what's happening to Jeb's crowd, as you know, right down the street? They're sleeping. They're sleeping now.
There's a big difference between Donald Trump and me. I'm a proven conservative with a record. He isn't.
So funny. It's not.
What Donald Trump did was use eminent domain to try to take the property of an elderly woman on the Strip in Atlantic City. That is not public purpose.
My comment.
That is downright wrong. And here's the problem with that.
All right, okay.
The problem was it was to tear down. It was to
Jeb
tear
wants
down.
to be. He wants
it
to be a
was
tough
tear
guy. He wants to
down-
be a tough guy
It
tonight.
was to tear down
I didn't
the
take
house,
the property.
and the net result
didn't-
was you tried.
I didn't
and
take
you
the
lost
property.
in the court.
The woman ultimately didn't want to do that.
That is not true.
And
the
it was
simple
great that
fact
I
is,
didn't.
to turn this into a limousine parking lot for his casinos is not a public use. And in Florida, based on what we did, we made that impossible. It is part of our Constitution. That's the better approach. That is the conservative approach.
Mr. Trump, take 30 seconds.
Let me just, he wants to be a tough guy. A lot of times, you'll have, and it doesn't work very well with
How
them.
tough is it to take
of
away
times,
property from an elderly woman?
Let me talk. Quiet.
How
A
tough
lot
is
of
it?
times, that's all of his donors and special interests out there. So, that's what it is. That's what. And by the way, let me just tell you, we needed tickets. You can't get them. You know who has the tickets for the? I'm talking about to the television audience. Donors, special interest, the people that are putting up the money. So it is. The RNC told us we have all donors in the audience, and the reason they're not loving me. The reason they're not loving me is I don't want their money. I'm going to do the right thing for the American public. I don't want their money. I don't need their money. And I'm the only one up here that can say that. Eminent domain, the Keystone Pipeline, do you consider that a private job?
I consider it a public use.
No, let me ask you, Jeb. Do you consider the Keystone Pipeline private? Is it public or private?
It's a public use.
Oh, really? A public use? No,
Yeah.
it's a private job.
It's a public use.
It's a private
established
job.
by the courts, federal, state
You
courts.
wouldn't have the Keystone Pipeline that you want so badly without eminent domain.
All right, gentlemen,
you
I
wouldn't
agree.
have massive, excuse me, Josh, you wouldn't have massive factories without eminent domain.
Gentlemen, we do have to move forward.
You said defeating ISIS requires defeating Assad, but wouldn't that also put us into conflict with Russia? So doesn't that mean effectively Assad's there to stay?
No, it doesn't, and that's the problem. The lack of leadership in this country by Barack Obama, John Kerry, Hillary Clinton, thinking that this is a policy that works, this policy of containment with ISIS, it's a complete, unmitigated disaster. And to allow Russia now to have influence in Syria makes it harder, but we need to destroy ISIS and dispose of Assad to create a stable Syria so that the 4 million refugees aren't a breeding ground for Islamic jihadists. This is the problem. Donald Trump brought up the fact that he'd want to accommodate Russia. Russia is not taking out ISIS. They're attacking our team, the team that we've been training and the team that we've been supporting. It is absolutely ludicrous to suggest that Russia could be a positive partner in this. They are on the run. They are making, every time we step back, they're on the run. The question that you asked was a really good one about what you would do. What 3 things would you do? I would restore the military. The sequester needs to be reversed. I would have a strategy to destroy ISIS. And I would immediately create a policy of containment as it relates to Iran's ambitions, and to make clear that we are not going to allow for Iran to do what it's doing, which is to move towards a nuclear weapon. Those 3 things would be the first and foremost things that we need to do in 2017.
Mr. Trump, Mr. Trump, you were mentioned here. You did say you could get along very well with Vladimir Putin. You did at one point say let Russia take care of ISIS.
Call me a genius. I like him so far, I have to tell you. Let me just tell you this. Jeb is so wrong. Jeb is absolutely so. That's just so you understand. You know what that is? That's Jeb's special interest and lobbyists talking. Look, let me just tell you something. Jeb is so wrong. You got to fight ISIS first. You fight ISIS first. Right now you have Russia, you have Iran, you have them with Assad, and you have them with Syria. You have to knock out ISIS. They're chopping off heads. These are animals. You have to knock them out. You have to knock them off strong. You decide what to do after. You can't fight two wars at one time. If you listen to him and you listen to some of the folks that I've been listening to, that's why we've been in the Middle East for 15 years and we haven't won anything. We've spent $5 trillion in the Middle East because of thinking like that. We've spent and Lindsey Graham, who backs him, who had 0 on his polls. So let me just tell you something. We've spent. I only tell the truth, lobbyists. We've spent $5 trillion all over the middle. We have to rebuild our country. We have to rebuild our infrastructure. You listen to that, you're going to be there for another 15 years.
All right, Governor Bush, please respond.
So the very basic fact is that Vladimir Putin is not going to be an ally of the United States. The whole world knows this. It's a simple, basic fact. They're not taking out, they're not even attempting to take out ISIS. They're attacking the troops that we're supporting. We need to create a coalition, Sunni-led coalition on the ground with our special operators to destroy ISIS and bring about stability. And you can't do that with Assad in power.
We're supporting troops that we don't even know who they are.
Okay,
we're supporting troops that we don't even know who they are.
All right.
We have no idea who they are.
Gentlemen, I think we're gonna leave that there. I've got a question for Senator.
This is from a guy who gets his foreign policy from the shows.
Oh,
this is a guy who thinks that Hillary Clinton was a great negotiator in Iran. We're living in dangerous times.
In New Hampshire.
This is a man who insults his way to the nomination.
44 million.
All right, ladies. All right.
Give me a break.
Gentlemen, let's leave it there so I can ask a question of Senator. On Monday, George W. Bush will campaign in South Carolina for his brother. As you said tonight, and you've often said, the Iraq War and your opposition to it was a sign of your good judgment. In 2008, in an interview with Wolf Blitzer talking about President George W. Bush's conduct of the war, you said you were surprised that Democratic leader Nancy Pelosi didn't try to impeach him. You said, quote, which personally I think would have been a wonderful thing, close quote. When you were asked what you meant by that, you said, for the war. For the war. He lied. He got us into the war with lies. Do you still believe President Bush should have been impeached?
First of all, I have to say, as a businessman, I get along with everybody. I have business. All over the world. I know so many of the people in the audience. And by the way, I'm a self-funder. I have my wife and I have my son. That's all I have. I don't have them. So let me just tell you, I get along with everybody, which is my obligation to my company, to myself, etc. Obviously, the war in Iraq is a big, fat mistake, all right? Now, you can take it any way you want, and it took Jeb Bush, if you remember at the beginning of his announcement, when he announced for president, took him 5 days. He went back. It was a mistake. It wasn't a mistake. Took him 5 days before his people told him what to say. And he ultimately said it was a mistake. The war in Iraq, we spent $2 trillion, thousands of lives. We don't even have it. Iran is taking over Iraq with the second largest oil reserves in the world. Obviously, it was a mistake. So George Bush made a mistake. We can make mistakes, but that one was a beauty. We should have never been in Iraq. We have destabilized the Middle East.
But so you still think he should be impeached?
I think it's my turn, isn't it?
You do whatever you want. You call it whatever you want. I want to tell you, they lied.
Okay.
They said there were weapons of mass destruction. There were none, and they knew there were none. There were no weapons of mass destruction.
Okay. All right. Governor Bush. When a member on the stage's brother gets attacked,
I got about
gets
5
to
or
respond.
6. Do I get to do it 5 or 6 times or just once
nice.
responding to that? So here's the deal. I'm sick and tired of Barack Obama blaming my brother for all of the problems that he's had. And frankly, I could care less about the insults that Donald Trump gives to me. It's blood sport for him. He enjoys it, and I'm glad he's happy about it. But I am sick and tired of him going after my family. My dad is the greatest man alive in my mind. And while Donald Trump
was building a reality TV show. My brother was building a security apparatus to keep us safe, and I'm proud of what he did. And he's had the gall to go after
World
my
Trade
mother.
Center came
He's
down
had the
during
gall
your
to go
brother's
after
reign.
my
Remember
mother.
that.
Hold on.
Let me finish. He's had the gall to go after my mother.
That's not keeping
Look, I
us
won the
safe.
lottery when I was born 63 years ago and looked up and I saw my mom. My mom is the strongest woman I know.
She should
this
be
is
running.
not about my family or his family.
Okay.
This is about the South Carolina families that need someone to be a commander-in-chief that can lead. And
Governor-
I'm that person.
Governor Kasich, would you weigh in on?
So we're planning our next holiday. But on our last trip, he had that food.
Where's the
You want
old?
to talk about weakness? It's weak to disparage women. It's
don't
weak to
disparage.
disparage.
The problem, we need intelligence. Talking or are you talking, Jim?
Time. Go
Excuse
ahead,
me.
Mr.
I know you. Look. You don't get it back fast. Order, and I saw there, they come across as
Attacking people and disparaging leadership is about of our time. And I laid attacks and said we need to deal with safe zone. We need to focus a military that is second to none so that we can.
This is what I funny, remember?
Jeb's attitude. We will never be great again. That I can tell you.
I know this is very funny. It's fun.
That if I'm president, I'll be a commander-in-chief, not an agitator-in-chief or a divider-in-chief. That I will lead this country in a way that will create greater security and greater safety.
Mr. Trump.
I think it's very sad that CNN leads Jeb Bush first locally, but I thought it was. I just think it's very.
Look, the simple fact is, if you think this is tough and you're not being treated
This
fairly,
isn't tough and easy.
imagine
I wish
what it's
it-
going to be
I
like
wish
dealing
it
with
was
Putin,
always
or
as
dealing
easy
with
as you,
President
Jeff.
Xi, or dealing with the Islamic terrorism that
yeah.
exists. This is a tough business to run for
I know
president.
you're a tough guy. Jeb.
We need to have a leader that is prepared. You're never going to be president of the
You're
United
real
States
tough,
by
Jeb,
insulting
yeah?
your way to
well,
the
let's see.
presidency.
I'm at 40 and you're at 3, so
Doesn't
far
matter.
I'm doing better.
Doesn't matter.
So far I'm doing better. You know, you started off over here, Jeb. You're moving further and further. Pretty soon you're going to be off the end. Like
September.
Jeb Bush is like the punching bag for Trump. Okay, I'm sort of procrastinating because I'm feeling a bit stressed. Okay, let me try to get some inspiration. I thought Koichi's evolution is very cool. That's why I like Koichi a lot, because he's actually, when I was small, Koji is my favorite lah, the Magna Garurumon and all this. But I find Koichi to be very cool just because of his evolution. I think his evolution is cool. His evolution is cool. Okay, let me music too. Okay, I think can start playing. What is the OST? Okay, can play the. Okay, now I tried to fight this match because I tried to fight this map because this map I think is the hardest where you will be facing with 2 titans and okay, where's this map is the hardest. Where's the so I tried to practice this map. This map is the hardest. Okay, come. So this challenge map is the hardest. Needs to be too dark. So I want to try this challenge map. The Funhouse Brawl Extreme, this is the hardest. This is the hardest map. It means 叶问 in Chinese. Oh. Okay, very good. Okay, the last part is the hardest part. The last part is the hardest part. We have okay, finish off this one. Okay, finish off. 83,000. Okay, so I beat the previous guy high score. So I actually beat the previous guy high score. So I set a new high score because the previous best score was set by another guy. Like I basically download the save file, so I basically beat his high score by using the Ip Man Kung Fu strategy. So hope you enjoy. Let me try something fun. Let me try something fun. Okay, come. Let's play again for fun. Okay, very good. Okay, very good. Okay, try another character. Classic Robin. Bow staff kung fu. This is a bow staff kung fu. You can ask Sarah Lance from the DC Legend of Tomorrow. The bow staff kung fu. Okay, try this one. Ah, shit. Oh, you can't disarm with Catwoman. Ah. Okay, just finish the fight. Ah, Catwoman Kung Fu. This one is a bit hard. Okay, very good. Ah, never mind. That was tough. This match is very tough for Catwoman because she's very weak. Okay lah, I think that's it lah. Okay, so hope you enjoy.